Hi everyone, welcome to Creighton Show. And first I want to say that we've got a Twitter, so check it out, it's right there. And we also got a new Facebook page, so head on over and like us as well. We've got it up there on the screen. Now, this show would do something a little different, per se. I'm going to kind of mix it up some. Um, I'm not going to talk solely about the touristy Orlando thing because there's so much that's been happening in the movies. You know, like at Comic-Con, they just released so much, and I know that everybody's been deciphering everything, so I'm not going to bore you half to death with all that. But yeah, I'm going to bring out some things that I think that most people have been wanting to know, and I've got some other stuff to talk about as well about Orlando. So enough of all that. Let's go ahead and get to it, and we're going to start off with the movie stuff. So here we go. All right, there's been so much that's been going on with the movies. All right, look, yeah, I know. Let's start it off. Batman versus Superman. Okay, now everybody has been putting up YouTube trailers and their websites about deciphering the trailer. Um, you know, here's the thing. The one thing that really spoke to me and that I saw was that scene in which I want to bring it up. I'm going to go ahead and put that up on the screen. But you see right there where Batman is in the Batcave and looking at that suit? That suit is actually Robin's. And that writing is the Joker as well. So a lot of people don't kind of catch that, and so that's, one thing about it. And another thing too that they didn't show in the trailer, but I do know, and it's confirmed, that there's going to be appearances by Aquaman and the Flash. And so what they're saying is that Batman's going to walk into Lex Luthor's place or whatever, and he's going to be looking at a bunch of screens, and he's going to see Aquaman. Now, Aquaman is being played by that guy who was on Game of Thrones. I can't think of his name, but and then the Flash, when he looks into the other monitor, he's just going to see a streak of just like but it's building up to the Justice League, So, yeah, look there he goes. But that's pretty cool too. So that's what I got on, and I wanted to say real quick about Batman vs. Superman. Now, I want to get on to Deadpool, the Deadpool movie. Now, I saw the trailer that was leaked out. Okay, I think Ryan Reynolds is going to be very good in this. I think he's going to be a great actor playing this part. It's going to be like a very R-rated comedy, very foulish, very harsh, foul, cursing comedy. I don't particularly, I don't know, because everything else is like become so serious. With the comics, it's the comic movies, but this, it's I am very mixed up about it. I don't know. It's just one of those where I'm going to have to just see it before I judge on it. But it's like, I don't know. I just don't get into it. I don't know. But that's my Deadpool stuff. Alright. Next up is Captain America's Civil War. Now, this is going to be a very interesting type of movie because basically it's Captain America versus Iron Man. And, the one thing that it builds up to, per se, is the Infinity Wars. And, but the main question that I've seen and that I've asked myself, because I didn't read the comics, but it's like basically, why is Captain America and Iron Man, or Steve Rogers and Tony Stark, battling against each other, and all these other superheroes are taking sides? Well, it's kind of like Tony Stark is like your CEO. I'll go with the government. It's basically like if Iron Man wants to punch somebody in the face, he'll report it to the government and not worry about it. Steve Rogers and Captain America, on the other hand, it's kind of like, well, if I'm going to punch you in the face, it's probably because you deserved it. Very old school, and very, almost like anti-government versus government rules and regulations. So that's why, like, all these superheroes they're kind of like split. It's almost like an ethical, choice. So, but that's what I've got on my movie news. I told you I wanted to make it quick on that. We've got a little bit more. We're going to go next to something that I want to show you how to budget, how to save, or not how to save, but how to get your Orlando trip, how to make it actually happen. So we're going to go, and thank you for watching this little movie segment, and we're going to head on over real quick to that. How to actually go to Orlando. Okay, now I'm going to use this. You see that? A banana. That's right. Alright, I'm going to use this banana to explain to you. Now, when I explain this to you, you have to do this over a 5-month period timeline. So, okay, this banana is going to represent your Orlando vacation. So you're thinking, okay, well, it's going to cost a lot. Okay, but I've got 5 months to get there. So you gotta first, this right here, your first banana peel, or first peeling, this is your theme park tickets, right? So you come over here, this is your hotel. That's part of your hotel. Come over to this side. This little piece, this is like your food and things of that nature. And this right here is your travel and souvenir money. So basically, once you have all of your elements right here, of all the and you've got it down, what it's going to cost you, and you break down each part of the cost. Here, let me. And then you have your banana. Now, this banana represents your whole actual vacation. Okay, so if you're gonna go, say in like October per se, or something, say you would plan 5 months beforehand, and on that first month, let's just say you start in March. Okay, you're like, okay, in March I want to go ahead and buy my Universal and Disney tickets because we're going to be there for 7 days. Boom, buy it. Because that right there is taken care of, right? Then, and then in April, you say, well, I want to go ahead and buy my plane tickets, round trip, however you want to fly, but just go ahead and buy them. Then, that's taken care of. And then in May, go ahead and book your room to wherever you're staying. Book it, pay for it, and be done. Because you're already... So, that's done. And then once that is done, you go to June, and you're like, okay, well, I've got the majority. I've got my ride there. I've got my tickets. I've got everything. So now I need to start saving up my cash. Well, whatever money that you use for entertainment, like if you get, like say you rent movies or you go out in the, out on 2 weekends out of the month and you just take a small little road trip, well, cut all that out. Or if you go to like fast food restaurants, stop going to them, and the money that you would spend there, you take that cash money and put that into an envelope, boom, and it's done. And you just keep discipline little by little, because your trip's already paid for, right? And I'm telling you, by the time you get to your vacation, like in October, October, November, and it's time for you to go, everything's going to be done, taken care of. That's all you got to do. Each month, like if you, so basically, you just plan 5 months in advance, and you take a little, you take a bit, take a bit, take a bit, take a bit, just like I showed you with banana. And when you're done with banana, and you're done chopping it off, and by the time you go, it's time to go, I should say, you will be able to. And this is what you will have when you're ready to go. And see, you can go on vacation and eat your ice cream too. Yeah, I'm gonna, look at that. Oh, yeah. Woo. Yeah, I'm gonna eat this banana split, and while
she reminds me of Paul Revere's ride. A little light in a belfry. Gail reminds me of the highway between Fort Worth and Dallas. No curves. I don't think this boy's got all his marbles. Shakes his head when he means yes, nods when he means no.
Let's go to the news. Yeah, go to the news while wow.
Hey, that's a joke, son. Hey, boy, pay attention to me when I'm talking to you.
Good evening, good morning, or whatever time it is you're watching this, the Creighton Show News. This is the place where we bring you the news that the, well, national media and other reputable news media outlets don't bring you. First up, Universal Studios Resort is stepping up their interactions with guests with online and by personally answering your questions. Every Monday through Friday from 9 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that Universal social media, and they're teamed up actively with the guest services as well. They're engaging people that are on Facebook and on Twitter, and they're answering questions and responding to posts. Now, actually, what makes this interesting is that no other Florida theme park is answering Twitter or Facebook questions on a regular basis. Next up, Star Wars creator George Lucas. Star Wars creator George Lucas, composer Danny Elfman, and all of my children's stars Suzanne Luca, and Disney animator Andreas Deja, and more will be named and honored as officially Disney legends during the 2015 D23 Expo next month. The special ceremony will be hosted by Disney Chairman and CEO Bob Iger. This will take place at 10 a.m. on August 14th in Hall D23 at the Anaheim Convention Center. There will be special musical performances as a part of this ceremony. The Disney Legends Award program is a 28-year tradition of the Walt Disney Company. Now, Next up, keeping an eye on iDrive. iDrive is not commonly known in the national media for people to be thought of as a national tourist spot, but there are hundreds of shopping, eating, and other venues to go to, such so many that you could literally spend one whole day just going down International Drive and exploring, which a lot of people, they truly don't think of iDrive as a tourist spot when going to the Mecca of Orlando, because Orlando is got 7 theme parks. So that is something to consider on your next vacation. Take a drive, take a relaxation day, sit by the pool, and go exploring down iDrive. You will see tons of restaurants, tons of shopping venues, tons of other things that you just don't see anywhere else. That's it for the news right now, and we're going to get back to our regularly scheduled program and hope that, well, I got over my ice cream splurging bend and I'm not too much of a sugar rush. Thank you for watching the news, and we're going back to our regular scheduled program. Okay, so everybody, they're on pins and needles. If you love horror movies and things like that, then this is going to be your cup of tea or your bag or whatever it is you like. Now, Halloween Horror Nights, they have said they've got the first maze announced, which is Freddy versus Jason. So if you're not familiar with that, I'm going to cut over real quick to showing you just a real short Freddy versus Jason about Halloween Horror Nights. How awesome was that? Ooh. Okay, and the second maze that's been announced is Insidious. And they've made 3 Insidious movies, but that's going to be an actual maze at Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando. I have a video clip of that as well. So let's just cut over to that real quick and you can check it out.
If you call out to one of the dead, all of them can hear you.
Hi, I'm Lee Winnell, writer and director of Insidious Chapter 3, and I'm very excited to announce that Insidious is coming to Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Orlando Resort and Universal Studios Hollywood. It's an all-new, terrifying experience that'll take you deeper into the realm of the supernatural. Insidious Chapter 3 is in theaters right now, but you can live it at Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay, that was awesome. I look very much look forward to seeing that. Now, there's 7 more houses that have not been announced, but these are the rumors, and these are pretty reliable rumors, I should say. I mean, like, the ones that I've said before and other people said, they've happened. So, 1 is The Walking Dead, 2 is Scream, 3 is American Werewolf in London, 4 is Hallowed Past 2, another one is Alice in Wonderland 3D, the other one is Run, and the other one is Blizzard. And so those are the ones that are rumored to come up on Halloween Horror Nights. I believe those are going to happen, but then again, you just don't know. These are rumors. As soon as I find out anything new or I hear anything, I will let you know. So, now that that is done, we are going to do something very cool, and we are going to talk about The Walking Dead. Alright, that was my little intro to this episode, because there's so much to talk about The Walking Dead. You know, Comic-Con, they released that trailer, which I'm sure everybody has seen. But there's something about it that most people, and I've done my video editing, and I've looked at it, and I've tried to reach out to people that would know, and there's a scene in there where a woman is laying on the ground and she's being eaten by walkers. Well, that person being eaten is Maggie. So, I hate, this is a spoilers, but Maggie is gonna go in this upcoming season. I hate to see it, but, you know, but that's gonna be interesting. You know, and also in that trailer, like, you see flashbacks of Daryl. Okay, so from what I've gathered, you're going to see throughout the season more flashbacks, but I think they're going to be more, not just so much of like the main central characters, but per se, but it's going to be like Daryl and other people. So you're going to see more flashbacks, I would think, in this season as well. I mean, it's really hard to say what's coming up, but you know, according to Undead Walking, Josh McDermott, who plays Eugene, he's going to be killed off as well. McDermott, he tweeted about being off the show on the set, and his tweet was, "Enjoy, I had a blast working with you, I did." So, you know, that tells me, you know, if you read in between the lines, Eugene, he's going to go as well this season. You know, and like, coming off my notes, it's kind of like, coming off last season, it's a set to capitalize on the storytelling and stylistic elements that made season 5 a success. You know, it's got a promise of peek into Morgan and his recent past, and, you know, like, and beyond, and it's also like looking beyond the looming wolves as well. I think that season 6 is going to have a lot of surprises on hand in the story to keep it like real fresh and engaging as possible. The Walking Dead season 6 is going to premiere Sunday, October 11th, which is going to be awesome because that's the day I get back home from my vacation from Halloween Horror Nights. So I'll just be like, you know, that's going to be great. And also they got the new show that's coming up August 23rd that gives like the basis of, you know, The Walking Dead. So, other than that, that's what I got on The Walking Dead. So, that's it. Thank you. Alright, we're coming to the end of the show, and I hate it because this is like my public access show. Um, and for those of you who do not know what public access was, kids, back in the day when you only had like 3 channels or something, or 6, like there would be leftover time spots, like from midnight to 3 in the morning. So what the camera people at the local TV stations would do, they'd run around trying to find anybody to just fill up that airtime. So like they would do bingo, and they would just videotape all kind of stupid things, you know. So this is like my public access, and I guess. But I do have a question that came in to me, and the question is, and I had to write it down. If I wanted to see all the stuff at Disney World and Universal Studios, how long would it take to do like everything? Okay, this is kind of a tricky question because it depends basically on you and whoever you're with and what is your stamina. But honestly, I would say 7 to 10 days for Disney World, because there's 4 parks, 2 water parks, you know, 1 giant mecca shopping center, which is Coronado Springs, and it was downtown Disney, and they got so much stuff. I mean, just for Disney, it would be 7 to 10 days. I think if you couldn't do all of it per se, you could do the majority of it. And now for Universal as well, if you go like at a normal pace and you go to see all the shows, all the rides, and look at everything and explore and just take your time with it, you could probably do it in 2 to 3 days. It just depends on the person. So, you know, I would honestly say for Disney and Universal and Isles of Adventure, Universal Studios, you could have a 13-day trip and never do anything twice, and never eat at the same place twice. Seriously.